the high seas, Pisces. Cast my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hello everyone, how is everybody doing? Very blessed to be sitting here talking to you for mid-month and June readings. I did not know how things were going to work out, guys, but everything happens for a reason. So as I said, welcome to your... I've set the intention for these readings to resonate with the last couple months of June and the entire month, the last couple months of May and the entire month of June. But these messages can resonate anytime. They're definitely timeless. You never know what kind of message you might receive. So for my intro video, you guys, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on in May and what's going on in June. So all the astrology information, we're going to be talking a bit about astrology as I do in all my intro. And for the actual readings, it's strictly tarot. I don't talk much about astrology, guys. So in May, today is May 24th as I record this, so it's definitely mid-May. We're still in May, but May is a very, very intense month. June looks a little intense as well, but it looks more of an emotional month. May's been kind of emotional too, but it's been emotional in a hectic kind of way. I'm not sure how you guys are doing, but we have Mercury in Taurus. Mercury entered Taurus on May 13th, and then we had Uranus enter Taurus on May 15th, and it's going to be there for the next 7 years. So that was a huge, huge shift, you guys, in May. We're still under the energy of that. We will be under the energy of that for the next 7 years. So yeah, very important for you to know where Taurus is in your astrology chart, because you're going to have Uranus there, which is definitely all about sudden change and shock and surprise. This is the ruling planet of Aquarius, you guys. So that was a major, major, major shift. Every astrologer is talking about that. And then we had a new moon in Taurus on the 15th as well. So we had a new moon that same day. Astrology is so symbolic, if you ask me. And then on May 16th, we had Mars enter Aquarius, which was pretty interesting. Mars is actually going to be hanging out in Aquarius throughout June because it's going retrograde, so it's not going to be moving forward. And then we had Venus enter Cancer on the 19th. That's the kind of the most recent transit in May as I sit here today. So that's pretty interesting, you guys. That's very, Venus was in Gemini, and then on the 19th it moved into Cancer. It's going to be there until about maybe first week of June. And then we have yet to occur the Sagittarius full moon on May 29th. I'm not sure, guys. I really hope that I'm around to talk to you on that day, because the Sagittarius full moon, that is a very, very special full moon. That's the 9th house of higher learning, the house of vision. This is a very light sign. To have the moon filled with light in the sign of Sagittarius, that's definitely going to be expanding some things in our lives, expanding our vision, expanding the higher philosophy of our legacies and things like that. So we kind of end May on that Sagittarius full moon note, and then we enter June. So I've taken some notes here on both May and June for this intro video, because this video is about both months, so I wanted to incorporate both. So we're basically covering the end of Taurus season, beginning of Gemini season, the start of Cancer season. Okay, so that's quite a lot of information, but I'm just happy to be talking to you guys and getting out some messages for June. So we start June with, the reason why June is such an emotional month, you guys, is because we have this grand water trine. So we have, all the water signs have significant energies within them. So Neptune is in Pisces, Jupiter is in Scorpio, and then we have Venus in Cancer, okay? And that is creating a water trine, okay, of emotion. So we're all going to be really feeling our feels, and we're going to be having some really deep emotion, especially the beginning of June. So definitely wanted to mention that, not only for the water signs, but for all of us. We all have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy somewhere in our chart. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio represent our emotion. We all have emotion. But if you are a Pisces watching this, if you are a Cancer or a Scorpio watching this, you guys are major game players in June because of that Cancer energy coming in. But let's talk a bit about Gemini energy. We've got on June 5th, Mercury enters Gemini, which is pretty interesting because Mercury rules Gemini. So that's going to be great for our mental space. That's going to be great for the rational mind and you know, the more intellectual thoughts. So you may notice in June that you just get your head in the game more, and that you're able to be a little bit more rational when it comes to the decisions you're making, even though there's this grand water trine energy in June. And then on June 12th, we have quite the opposite. We have Mercury entering Cancer. So this is going to be a bit of the emotional thought realm. This is, you know, the planet of a lot of emotional communication, I feel, guys, will be happening on around June 12th, especially throughout the whole transit of Mercury in Cancer. Eventually, Mercury will move through that and move into Leo, which is more passionate thought. The North Node is there, so we're going to be thinking a lot more about our destiny. But before that can happen, we have to go through the very watery realm of Cancer. Our minds are going to be submerged. Right now, our hearts are submerged with Venus in Cancer. Venus in Cancer, holy crap. A lot of emotional feels, you guys. Cancer is the cardinal water sign. So that's, you know, I like to think of Cancer as the most water, even though it's not necessarily that way. But Cancer brings definitely the depth of emotion. It's the 4th house. Woo! So moving on, though, we have a Gemini new moon on the 13th, right after Mercury moves into Cancer. So for the new moon, Mercury will not be in Gemini, which everything happens for a reason. I just feel like that new moon really wanted to just focus on the new intentions of our seeds and planting things for our future. Mercury obviously needs to be in a more emotional realm around the time of the full moon, and there's going to be reasons for that. And then we have on that same day Venus entering Leo. So that's when Venus is going to enter Leo, is on the 13th. And Leo is ruled by the heart, you guys, so I'm extra excited for that transit because this is going to add a lot of passion to our abundance and our attraction. You know, a lot of us are going to be really following our heart around that time with the North Node in Leo and Venus in Leo. This is going to be very heart empowering, heart chakra in activations. And so another important thing happening in June is Neptune retrograde. Okay, woo! So Neptune is going to be slowing down. Our spirituality collectively is going to be slowing down a bit. So that's something to look out for. June 18th, that Neptune is retrograding. I did not know that Neptune would be retrograding in June. So yeah, guys, that's something to mark on your calendar. Very spiritual transits going on in June, guys. There's a lot going on in June. And then the sun enters Cancer on the 21st. So there's going to be Cancer season starting then. But that's the same day as the summer solstice, which is literally all the solstices and the equinoxes are so important. I'm not sure where I'll be at around this time. If I'm in this area, then I will definitely be recording a summer solstice message, and I'll be pulling cards for that. If not, guys, I would just really make sure that you're doing something in celebration of the actual start of summer. You know, the sun gaining in light and being its most empowered. I believe the summer solstice is the longest day and shortest night. I'm not sure. I'm going to be doing my own research on that. But I do something special for every equinox and every solstice. Summer solstice, winter solstice. I did something very beautiful for the winter solstice. So it's only right that I take part in a small ceremony for the summer solstice as well. And so a few days after that, we have Mars retrograde in Aquarius, you guys. So this is going to be interesting as well. Mars is going to be hanging out in Aquarius for quite a while, I believe until August. So, you know, Mars is the planet of war, planet of action. So, you know, that's in an area of the collective. So that's something to really research as well, you guys. I really hope that I'm around to do videos about all these planets because I love talking about it. I didn't want to waste well, not waste, but I just didn't want to, I wanted to really use the time that I had for the June and for the mid-May and June videos for the tarot. So as far as the astrology information goes, you guys, you might want to follow me on Instagram or add me on Facebook. All that information will be below because I'm always posting about this stuff. No matter where I am in the world, I can always post about this astrology information, but I might not always be in an area that really prohibits me to speak about astrology and read tarot. But I will always my Instagram is filled with astrology information and just kind of channeled information about what I think about all these planets. I'm going to be posting about Venus in Cancer soon, and I'm going to be posting about Uranus in Taurus and Mars in Aquarius. So those are all things to look out for. For those of you who are wondering, my name is Pisces Priestess on Instagram, and my name is Braylon Caldwell on Facebook. If you do add me on Facebook, just shoot me a message, because I get a lot of friend requests, and some of them are just not friends that I'm not interested in having on my Facebook. So just shoot me a message, say, hey, you know, I watch your videos, I really wanted to stay updated on the astrology information, and I'll add you. So Mars retrograde, Neptune retrograde, summer solstice, and then we end the month with that Capricorn full moon on June 28th. So you guys, Saturn is going to be a part of that moon, and it's going to be a very karmic moon. That moon is very karmic for me. That's going to mark the 1 year of me really doing this astrology business, me doing my spiritual burnings that I do outside on every full moon. I'm a Capricorn rising, so that full moon is going to be opposite of the sun in Cancer. Wow, I really hope that I'm around to speak to you during that time as well. There's so much going on, you guys. It's like, I feel like I trust the universe, but if it's meant for me to kind of take a break from astrology, I'm really going to have a hard time understanding why, because it's as if the energies have picked up and they're almost more relevant and more important. And it's like, you know, I feel like it's now more than ever important for me to really, really speak out about some of the things that I channel and some of the things that I'm aware of in the universe as a Pisces. So if it's meant to be, you guys, I'll be sticking around, and I'll be talking to you throughout all these transits, and I'll definitely be incorporating more astrology, since there's not much astrology in my videos this month. But there are very important tarot messages this month. So let's talk a little bit about what we can look forward to in the readings this month. So I've got some oracle readings for you guys this month. I have 3 oracle decks. One of them is a very new deck. I have the Wisdom of the House of Knights. And below, if you'd like to know the artist, and if you're interested in buying these decks, then I'll tell you the name and the artist of these decks below. And then I have the Indigo Angel Oracle deck. And then I just recently received as a gift a Wicca deck. So I'm not sure how all you feel. Why my camera's shaking like that, but I'm not sure how you guys feel about Wicca. But that is something that I have just recently started studying on the Libra full moon. So a couple full moons ago, I really did start studying Wicca, and that just was kind of an awakening that I had. My aunt is Wiccan. And, you know, I didn't really know how to feel about Wicca, but it is definitely not what I thought. And I think that's going to be the case for most people. So for those of you who are open to receiving messages from Spirit from that deck, beautiful deck. Oh my God. They incorporate so beautifully. All these 3 decks, I'm probably going to use these 3 decks often. And they're really new, so I am looking up meanings in the book this month. But there's such beautiful messages, you guys. So this could be kind of a past, present, and future kind of reading for those of you who resonate with past, present, and future that way. And then I'm just using regular tarot to clarify a little bit more about these the oracle messages. Okay, so we've got 3 messages this month. We're working with the bottom of the deck and underlying energy, and then we're doing some clarification. So I really hope you guys enjoy these readings this month. I didn't care. I'm just so happy to have. I'm not sure if all of you watched my last video, but I just was devastated when I found out that I wouldn't be able to read tarot for May. But turns out that you just go with the flow. Sometimes the current takes you right back to where you were. And, you know, as a Pisces, I really just try to go with the current and just move with the waters of my life. But I feel very deeply about all this stuff. So, you know, my emotions pay the price, and they take the toll. But, you know, it empowers me. And like I was saying, you know, I'm just happy to be talking to you guys. I'm happy to get these messages out here. That's what matters most to me. For those of you who are interested in personal readings for the rest of May, I do believe that I will be available to do personal readings. And as far as June and July goes, just make sure that you contact me through email or through Facebook or Instagram before you pay me. And we'll try to work something out. But I am definitely available to do readings for the rest of May, and I'm very excited to see, you know, what comes up for all the signs. I've finished, as I record the intro, I've finished the Aries through Virgo, and they are very beautiful messages, you guys. They feel very beautiful. Right after this intro, I'm going to get started on Libra through Pisces. So I haven't done the second half of the zodiac wheel yet, so I don't know what's going on with those guys. But as far as the Aries through Virgo, beautiful messages, and I can't wait for you guys to watch, and I hope it resonates. Thank you so much for all the support and your likes and your subscribes and all my new viewers. I hope you guys can tell how much this means to me. But without further ado, please enjoy your June readings and also your mid-May readings. Thank you guys. See ya. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your mid-May, June 2018 reading. You guys, your card was ready very quickly. I always shuffle, and you guys were ready within minutes. So you guys are very much probably just ready for answers and clarity. I don't know what you guys are up to in May and in June. All the astrology information was talked about in the beginning. Some of it may come up in this reading, but I did just want to focus on the tarot. So yeah, you can see that I have my 3 oracle decks lined up here. So we've got this angel oracle deck, the Indigo angel deck, which is more so for the light energies, which you're aware of, Scorpio. And then we have the wisdom of the house of night, which I love using for you guys. This is more of the darker, mysterious energy. And then I have this new deck, which is the Wicca deck. And I just received this as a gift not too long ago. So I'm not sure if some of you are unfamiliar with Wiccan, but I've definitely been studying more about it and learning more about Wicca and the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, spirit. So very beautiful cards. Hopefully you guys don't mind if I use this deck. It's been really, really wonderful seeing these 3 decks work together. So very excited to get you guys some messages. So let's get going, because we only have about an hour to talk. And we've got your ruling tarot card here, Scorpio. This is the death card. Endings, beginnings, rebirth, renewal, transformation. Okay, and I love this card here. It looks a bit scarier. You know, everybody, this is one of the most misunderstood decks in tarot, which is not surprising because Scorpio is one of the most misunderstood zodiac signs. Scorpio, you guys symbolize death and rebirth. You guys symbolize transformation because you are the 8th house of hidden intimacy, darkness, misunderstood darkness. So I want to take a look and see. Well, I just want to mention that some of you guys could definitely be going through sudden endings. Some of you guys could be transforming certain people, places, and things come the end of May, going into June. Some of you guys could really be laying something to rest. You know, Scorpio, you guys kill things often, metaphorically, of course. So some of you guys could really be killing something off for the final for good come the end of May, going into June. All right, so let's see what energy is directly behind you during these months. And we have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so Scorpio, you could be dealing with some anxiety in your financial department. You could be feeling a bit left out in the cold by a person, place, or thing, or just feeling a bit lonely, like you need to seek sanctuary. It's interesting that we have a church and a graveyard here. So there definitely could be something going on with that as well. The need to kind of seek shelter and just heal. Okay, the 5 of Pentacles talks about someone who's wounded, someone who's reached the end of their rope and just needs a place to heal and find sanctuary. You know, this is a church. This woman is standing outside of a church. Usually this is a card that talks about someone who's been through, well, usually there's 2 people on the card and one of them's limping, one of them doesn't have a sock on. So you could be dealing with some poverty, Scorpio. You could be dealing with some financial anxiety, or just feeling left out in the cold by maybe even a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or just any sign. But I do feel this is financial for most of you. And I feel that you guys are just feeling a bit left out in the cold. Behind that left out in the cold feeling, we have the 7 of Wands. So definitely some standing your ground, feeling defensive because being left out in the cold. If there's anything that would make a Scorpio feel defensive and feel like fighting, some of you guys might even have a child, or you could be defending the inner child in you. But if there's anything that would make a Scorpio feel defensive, it's being betrayed like this. You do not want to betray a Scorpio and make them feel left out in the cold, because woo, we have the Knight of Cups. It could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio coming your way, or you guys could just be feeling this way because of the lack of action in your emotions. The lack of action. Someone maybe didn't give you a cup of love, or maybe someone is giving you a cup of love, but you feel left out in the cold because of that. So we're going to put you over here for now, Scorpio, and we'll talk about that a little bit more towards the end. But I want to get going on your actual spread, okay? So we're going to get you an Angel Oracle deck. Now, for some of you, this could resonate past, present, and future. So if it does resonate like that, very nice. But it's not going to resonate like that for everyone. So let's just see what the message is for you, Scorpio. See what's going on for the end of May going into June. So what is the message for the fixed water sign Scorpio, the 8th house of our universe, for this last couple weeks of May 2018 going into June 2018? What is the message for Scorpio fixed water sign? The angel message for Scorpio, please. Very relatable, helpful, accurate message for Scorpio. Scorpio, we have the same card as Gemini as the underlying energy, which is divine purpose. So we're going to sit this right up here because we are going to be using the underlying energies. And then we have think about it, which reminds me so much of the Scorpio energy, because I'm not sure if you can see how white and pure this card is, but it is all white. And it's like a winter wonderland, only I don't think this woman is in a winter. It's just a very white, pure realm. And so what that's telling me is that you really want to purify your thoughts right now, Scorpio. Think more about your purity, but there's definitely something that you need to think about it. You need to think about it, Scorpio. Think about your divine purpose and what you're really here for, what your true mission is in this life. Very, very interesting message there coming out for you. And then we have these cards that stayed on the table. Understanding, success, complicated. Yeah, we just had the warrior fall out. But we're going to shuffle and get you a card, Scorpio, so that it's very accurate. So let's see here. What is the message for Scorpio, the fixed water sign, the 8th house of our universe? What is the message for Scorpio for the end of May going into June 2018? What is the message for Scorpio? What can we talk to Scorpio about for the end of May going into June 2018 for the fixed water sign Scorpio? We have trapped coming out, okay? And then we have beauty, though. Beauty is an underlying energy of this trapped information, so, or of this trapped card. So very, very, very interesting. I'm not going to channel just yet. I want to get your full reading, and then we're going to channel. Then I'll start interpreting this reading for you. I'm seeing a lot so far, though, Scorpio. Okay, let's get a card for Scorpio, the fixed water sign. And we have the 31 card, which is the Chariot of Flames. This is the same card that Aries got. So some of you could be dealing with an Aries. For fuck yeah, for fuck sure, you could be dealing with an Aries, because we have the same exact card. This does not happen a lot. Aries had the same exact message as far as this right here, the Wicca message. They had the kettle and the Chariot of Flames. So you guys might want to watch the Aries video, especially if you're dealing with an Aries, or if you have significant Aries energy, or if you, you know, I don't know, if you want to watch the Aries video because there's an Aries in your life, or that you have Aries energy, you might want to do that, because you guys have the same exact message here. So this is some Mars energy going on. Mars is really on fire. Mars is in Aquarius right now. Some of you might want to watch the Aquarius video if it's up by the time you're watching this. Some of you could be fighting with an Aquarius. But either way, Mars is retrograding in June. So, yeah, Mars is your ruling planet and the ruling planet of Aries as well. So that might have something to do with Mars. I'm just trying to see the significance as why you guys would have the same exact message. I mean, I kid you not. If you go to the Aries video, they have the same cards, both of them, not just one, both. So very, very interesting there. You might even resonate a little bit with the Gemini reading, because we've got the same card as Gemini underneath that. So either way, Scorpio, let's start interpreting this. So if this does resonate with your past, then some of you could have been really in heavy contemplation and thought about anything, Scorpio. I don't feel like this has everything to do with your divine purpose, even though there is a very strong message here about thinking about your divine purpose. And then there's also acceptance. So there is something that you need to accept about your divine purpose coming into June and the end of May as well. And there is something you need to accept, and maybe thinking about it is going to lead you to that acceptance. But we have the acceptance of a divine purpose and manifesting that acceptance, manifesting your divine purpose and then accepting it. So divine purpose, Scorpio, reminds me of what you're divinely, or we all have a divine purpose, right? We all have a divine mission and goal. We all came here for a reason, right? To experience life, to change, to deal our karma, and to transform what it is that we're here to do. Where there's people we need to meet, there's things we need to do, there's things we need to change. So divine purpose is one of my favorite cards. But it's just really interesting that we have this woman bowing down. You know what I mean? It's really interesting that the Divine Purpose card has this very happy rainbow. But then we have this woman here that's kneeling like an angel, right? She's really kneeling there, almost as if she's surrendering. And it's interesting because another word for surrender is acceptance. So when you surrender, you're more or less accepting something in your life. So Scorpio, this could be a relationship that you're finally accepting. I feel that there's a mental acceptance going on here. This always reminds me of mental acceptance because we have that thing behind her that looks like a full moon, but it's a different color than the moon, so it reminds me of Mercury. So there could be something that you need to, Mercury is the planet of communication and mental. So there could be something that you really need to accept right now mentally. And then we have the woman's head with all these flowers on it, right? So it's almost as if the more you accept, the more you're going to grow mentally. But you may need to mentally accept that something's ending, something's over. Maybe you need to mentally accept that something's not, that something is never going to happen, or that it's just not going to happen right now, because we have the divine purpose. And divine purpose has everything to do with divine timing. So the divine timing of our divine purposes, it kind of comes in to, sometimes things happen when we don't want them to happen. Sometimes things aren't happening when we do want them to happen. But when it comes to our divine purpose, it's just very important that we are realizing that everything happens for a reason. Okay? Everything happens for a reason, Scorpio. And I want you to really think about the divine purpose in things. What's the bigger picture here with you? And what is it that you need to accept about your divine purpose? Whether it has to do with your children, your family, the job that you're in. To me, divine purpose is bigger than all that, though. Divine purpose is what you're truly here on this planet for. So when I want to think about my divine purpose, I think about what I would absolutely not be okay without doing before I die. You know, if I don't skydive before I die, I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to like reincarnate and come here again because I didn't skydive. To me, if I don't change the world, if I don't touch lives, if I don't read tarot or heal people spiritually, I'm not living up to my divine purpose. So for me, my divine purpose has everything to do with spirituality. You might want to look at your 10th house. You might want to look at your North Node in your birth chart, because that's going to tell you a bit about your divine purpose as well. All of you guys are going to have different life purposes. Okay, you're going to have different divine purposes. You guys have all been led down a different path. This is about your path, Scorpio. And this is about you really accepting and surrendering to that. So this is coming up here for the past for some of you. So there might have been something in the past that you thought about, but maybe you surrendered. You know, maybe you guys are all going to have different thoughts about your divine purpose, but you are being, the angels want you to determine that for yourself. They want you to be thinking about that in May and in June, okay? Because what's coming up next for you, it's very important for you to really know what you're here for. When we know what we're here for, it's harder to believe that, it's harder, you know, what I'm trying to say is that the more you know about yourself, the less others can tell you about yourself. You know what I mean? And for you, Scorpio, your divine purpose might have a lot to do with transformation. It might have a lot to do with death and rebirth. You know, as a Scorpio, you know, you guys are all, maybe there's a Scorpio rising watching this, or a Scorpio moon. It doesn't matter. Scorpio energy right now is really being called to think about their divine purpose and to really surrender to what they find out about their divine purpose. Some of you guys, life is changing. You know, maybe you have kids, or maybe your divine purpose has to get put on hold. But I just want you to know that everything happens for a reason, and sometimes it's a part of our divine purpose to pause temporarily or to feel trapped where we are. But there's a beauty in surrender. There's a beauty that happens when it comes to acceptance. And really your only message here about this, Scorpio, is to think about it. There's not much that I can tell you about your divine purpose. I mean, you guys can get divine purpose readings from me, and we can pull some cards about your life path and things like that if you're interested. But I believe that people, only the individual can determine their life purpose, because it's something you have to discuss with your higher self. It's something you have to discuss with a higher force than what you are. But thinking about it is really going to open up the mental space. You know, you guys are all about stability. So just make sure that you're approaching this in a stable way. Maybe I just feel the need that some of you need to, this woman is all alone. Okay, this woman is all alone thinking about something. So be careful about letting other people think for you, Scorpio, because we've got two women here that are all alone. It looks like this woman is thinking about something. It looks like this woman is thinking about something, okay? And then we've got manifesting as well. So there's your life purpose might have something to do with acceptance. It might have something to do with manifestation. But that's the message I'm getting for you in this position of the reading. And as I said, some of you are going to resonate with that in the past. And that might have something to do with your present moment, because now we move on to this Trapped card, which is very interesting because it reminds me of the Gilded Cage. And when I looked up what a gilded cage means, it means that we're almost it reminds me of the Eight of Swords, okay? The Eight of Swords is a card where a woman has placed these swords. She's blinded herself, and she places these swords all around her. So it's a mental prison, which means that you're not in an actual physical prison. You're not actually trapped, Scorpio. You're just trapped in you're secretly feeling this way. You're secretly feeling this way. You might be thinking that you're trapped, or feeling that you're trapped. Feeling trapped and actually being trapped is a different energy. But I don't want to downplay this, because this card comes up a lot for me, because I'm someone who feels trapped a lot of the fucking time. And something I always say to people is that a mental prison can sometimes be harder than an actual prison. Like, I'd probably choose being actually trapped than dealing with a mental prison, because, you know, to be trapped inside the mind is almost as if you're in like a coma, or you're just, no matter what you do, no matter how things look around you, inside your mind, it just doesn't change. You just feel stuck, stagnant, trapped, like there's something you want to do, someone you want to be with, something that you want to accomplish, that these bars are keeping you from. And I don't even see a door to this cage. So Scorpio, you are the phoenix. You guys are the raven. You guys are symbolized by the eagle, I believe, the phoenix bird. So this bird reminds me of you, Scorpio. You might want to fly somewhere. You know, you might want to fly somewhere right now, but it might be your divine purpose to really not fly just yet. What if where you're at is divinely orchestrated? What if there's something there that you need to learn, someone there that you need to meet? Life is very strange like that, but the more that you accept where you are in life right now, the more you can grow from it. So just know that this is temporary, Scorpio. In your present moment, you're feeling very trapped in a state of mind. You're feeling trapped with a person, place, or thing. Maybe some of you are feeling trapped in a job, feeling trapped where you live, feeling trapped around the people that are in your environment. But, you know, I always think of this cage as something that's protecting this bird as well, because we don't know what's going on around this bird. What if there was something outside of this cage that it could potentially be damaging to this bird, right? But I do get the sensation that birds should not be encaptured. Scorpio should not be encaptured right now. They want to fly, but there's always a time and place to do something, and it's just important for you to realize the beauty in this situation as well. That you guys could be dealing with that gilded cage. I'm actually going to look that up real quickly here for you guys, because when I looked it up, it really spoke to me about this tarot card. And, you know, it really did enlighten me about how prison can be comfortable for certain people. So just pardon me real quick while I get this pulled up on the internet. So the meaning of a gilded cage is it's a bird in a gilded cage. And this is actually a movie from 1955, but also 2013. So it's a place where someone appears to live in luxury, but where he or she feels like they have very little freedom. So I definitely resonate with that, Scorpio. I'm not a Scorpio, but you guys could feel like a bird in a cage. You know, like you're living a luxurious life, but it's also prison. You also feel trapped. Like you have everything you want where you are. You should be happy, right? But, you know, it's about, are you willing to live in luxury but without freedom? You know what I mean? Like, wherever you are, you might be happy there. It might be luxurious, but at the end of the day, it's still somewhere that you can't leave. You know, so are you even able to fully experience this luxury? Because if there's anything I know about Scorpio, you guys do not like to be empowered. You guys do not like to be controlled. So I'm not really sure how this situation is going for you, but I do feel that some of you feel very trapped where you are currently. Even though you're happy, even though you have everything you want, you're confused because you feel that you're held here. And I just know, like, the beach is lovely, right? Picture yourself on a beach and how happy you'd be at that beach. But then picture barbed wire being around that beach, and fences and guards that aren't going to let you leave that beach. All of a sudden, the ocean isn't as beautiful, right? All of a sudden, you don't want to be at the beach. So it reminds me of wanting something, not wanting something until we're told we can't have it, which is a very Scorpio water sign thing. You know, we always want what we can't have. It's almost reverse psychology, you know what I mean? Like, if this bird cage had a door, then I feel like the bird's perception would change a bit. Like, maybe the bird wouldn't feel so feel so trapped. So wherever you are currently, Scorpio, there's a need for someone to let up the reins. You know, like, you're not some horse that has reins, you know what I mean? And there's no driver to this buggy. So it's about you going where the hell you want to go, Scorpio. And not letting someone perceive you as some little bird that they can cage whenever. You know, I'm getting a very trapped feeling from this, obviously, and very almost tortured feeling, you know, like you're just, it's like window shopping. Like, you're looking at something out the window, but you can never leave. You're like, my guides just showed me a princess, and for the males watching, someone who's trapped in a tower. And even though you live in a castle, the tower is a part of a castle, you know, but you're still, nobody likes being anywhere if they feel trapped. You can feel trapped in a fucking mansion. You know, somewhere right now there's a millionaire with 5 bathrooms and 7 rooms and a built-in home theater, but that person still feels trapped because they're not truly happy in this. It's a luxurious prison. That's what the gilded cage means, Scorpio. So I'm getting the gilded cage for you guys a lot, but let's not forget that we have this underlying energy up here, which is beauty. And it's very interesting. We do have 34. So I'm not sure if the number 34 is resonating with you guys, but 4 plus 3 is 8. Wait, 7. So this is the number 7. So some of you guys are feeling this way because of a relationship. Some of you guys are feeling this way in a partnership, business partnership, romantic partnership. But I do feel that you are feeling trapped in a relationship. And you're feeling like, maybe you're feeling like, you know, that you're feeling less like you want to be here and more like you have to be here. And that's the difference right there. Are you where you're at because you're choosing to be there, because you want to be there, or are you there because you have to be there, Scorpio? Because if it's the latter, if it's because you have to be there, you're going to want to fly more than ever. You're going to want to leave in the middle of the night and never come back. And then we have the number 4 here. So this is about you. You know, this is the number 40, but 4 plus 0 is 4. So this is a beauty. This is the card of beauty. So every rose has its thorn, right? And it's about you. Beauty is not skin deep, Scorpio. Right now is not a time for you to think things in a simplified way, right? This card is not like, oh, think about it for 5 seconds and never think about it again. No, this is deep contemplation, especially because it's right underneath divine purpose. So this is not some easy mental process. This is something you have to really think deep about. And if there's anything this bird can do in this cage, it's think, right? Especially if this is a mental prison, then there's something that you need to think about. Don't trap yourself in your mind, because your mind has no limits. Your mind is always going to be free. So it's like, this is here to remind you, Scorpio, that there is a beauty in the situation that you're in. There is a potential for it to grow, and you can always find the beauty in the people, places, and things around you, because every rose has its thorn, meaning that everything has its positive and its negative. Everything has its good and its bad. This might be the things that you need to think about. I am seeing that you guys have a beautiful divine purpose. And I am seeing that you guys do need to think about your present moment and think about what it truly means for you to be in this cage. You know, is this helping you or is this hurting you? But we have beauty here reminding you that every situation has an abundance. Every situation has beauty to see. It's just, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You know what I mean? So let's move on here to the Wicca messages. And I've already read these to the Aries, but I'm going to read them to you as well, Scorpio. And we have the number 31. So we have 2 number 4s here. So I am feeling the need to talk to you guys about your home environment. You know, I feel the need to talk to you guys because we do have Mars in your home environment. Aquarius is your 4th house of home and family. So this might have, you guys might be feeling trapped like there might be a beautiful family situation around you, but you still feel trapped in a relationship with this family member or with this wife or husband, because we have two number 4s, and I feel like you guys want to charge away from where you currently live, or this current relationship. Okay, but let's read the book. We've got number 31 here, which 31 plus 3 plus 1 is 4, and we got so I'm just seeing that some of you guys are really ready to move away from where you are. So this is the Chariot of Fire, Scorpio. So this is like the Cancer card. Some of you might be dealing with Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Others of you might be dealing with Cancer. Okay, so this is the solar chariot that blazes across the sky, drawn by 2 fiery horses. Their daily ride through the heavens symbolizes success and perseverance, pushing through any obstacle to achieve a desired goal. The way through this is made clear. All roads are opened, and obstacles cannot stand against the force of celestial steeds. So this to me is your future. You might be feeling trapped right now, Scorpio, but in your future, the road is going to be made clear for you by fire. There's going to be flames that open your path up. You're going to be able to leave and go and be free and be whatever. So the meaning of this is it's the time for contemplation is over. Isn't that something? So in your past, it was time to think about something, but I feel like you did think about something. You did realize your divine purpose. You're a Scorpio, so it didn't take you long to decide. Even though you're trapped where you are right now, you know that in the future you're going to be able to do something about it, right? So the time for contemplation is over. Take the reins of your life in your own hands and take action immediately. Your boldness will be rewarded by good fortune. So the key word here is action, will, and forcefulness. And I want you to say this with me, Scorpio. I am filled with courage and confidence. I am filled with courage and confidence. But the challenge here is to determine where in your life are you moving to slowly. Where are you going, Scorpio, and what is holding you back? Is it this person, place, or thing that wants you to be trapped with them forever? Is it you contemplating, even though the time for contemplation is over because you already know? You've already determined your path. So this is about you finally taking action and asserting your will forcefully, busting through this cage. You know, maybe somebody underestimated the strength of this bird. You might fly off with the cage around you, but still be flying, you know. And that might be what's beautiful about this situation. So we do have the Chariot of Flames telling you that fire is going to light your way. And, you know, nothing is going to hold you back in your future. The path is going to be made clear for you, Scorpio, and all of the roads are going to be opened. Where before you felt like this was just a huge stoplight. Like there was nowhere you could go. You were trapped where you were. But then your future is all guns are hot. Time to go. But where in your life are you moving too slowly? The time for contemplation is over. Take control of your own life, put your life in your own hands, and take action immediately. So Scorpio, right now, it might not be time to take action. But in the future, like come June is going to be when you're going to be set on fire and you're going to be really ready to charge forward. And it might have something to do with the beauty of your home. Some of you guys might be taking action to get your own apartment or to move in with a person that's better for you, or maybe someone's going to be moving in with you. You guys might be changing where you live or starting to apply for apartments to save up money, something like that. So let's see where the 22 card. This is the kettle. This is the underlying energy. It has a lot to do with fire as well. So whether a traditional witch's cauldron or a simple kitchen kettle, the combination of water, emotion, and fire action transforms and energizes. So Scorpio, we've got you coming up here. It did mention water and fire. So definitely, you know, you are a symbol for water and fire, Scorpio. You are ruled by Pluto and Mars. So the fact that you're a water sign, but you're ruled by Mars, so you know how to transform energy with water and fire. So when you're brewing a healing tea or a magic potion, the practitioner gathers ingredients with care, adding focus and intention with each one, turning up the heat, getting things moving, and extracting the potent powers needed to complete. So turning up the heat, getting things moving. This is so weird how these cards go together. And it might have something to do with a child or your mother, because we have the Mare underneath that, which I remember from the Gemini reading. It talks all about, you know, your mother. This is a mothering energy and unconditional love. So some of you guys might be resonating with that. The meaning of this card is that it is time to light a fire under the situation and get things bubbling. Think about what you want to accomplish, what you wish and hope for. Then make a solid plan of action to take the first steps towards desire. Like, these cards go so great together. And it's the same cards that Aries got. So the key word here is activity, intensity, and energy. So I want you to say that I am bubbling with energy and intention. I am bubbling with energy and intention. The challenge here is, how can you use magic in this situation, Scorpio? So how can you use the beauty of magic to basically bust this cage from around you? And, you know, when I thought of this kettle, when it said that it's time to light a fire under the situation, well, light a fire under this cage, Scorpio, and see how fucking fast you get your ass out of there. You know, the only reason you're staying where you are is because you're seeing the beauty in it. You're seeing how maybe you feel bad for leaving, like you'll be ungrateful or something like that. But you feel trapped, Scorpio, and you're not happy as happy as you could be. And then we have a lot of 4s here. We've got the 22, so that's 4. We've got the 40, which is 4, and then we've got 3 plus 1. So this does have a lot to do with where you currently live and your emotional state. It has a lot to do with your family, your kids, your mothers. It's time to light a fire underneath this family situation, underneath wherever you consider your roots to be, because you got some kind of divine purpose. And then it's also telling you that you're a beautiful individual, okay? This is individuality. And then look, we have this bird here. So this is the true bird of you. This is who you really are. Not this bird that's in this cage. You ain't even a black bird. Okay? So it reminds me of that song. Blackbird, why you wanna fly? Blackbird, you ain't ever gonna fly. 'Cause your mama's name was Lonely and your daddy's name was Pain. That's Nina Simone. But I don't want you to think that maybe some of you need to listen to that. But it's about flying even when someone tells you you're not going to fly. Because you are, Scorpio. This is who you really are as an individual. A much lighter color, you know, and also there's lust here as well. And the warrior too. So you might have to really fight to free yourself right now. But there's a beautiful, beautiful thing happening with you. Okay, and I want you to ask yourself how you can use magic and beauty in this to free yourself from this situation. So let's look even deeper, okay, and see what these cards have more to say about. So what is this divine purpose? Think about it. What is the card? Give me more information about this. Think about it. Why is think about it here for Scorpio? Let's get one card for think about it. What is it that Scorpio needs to think about? What is it that we can tell Scorpio about their divine purpose? So please clarify the think about it card. Why is think about it here for Scorpio? Why is think about it here in divine purpose? Think about your divine purpose, Scorpio. All right. So we have an underlying energy of the Ace of Cups. This may have to do with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, your energy. This is new love, Scorpio. Some of you guys have a lot to think about. You have a decision to make between some kind of lover, some kind of new emotional opportunity from the universe. This is also healing. So you guys you need to think about this new love in your life. You need to think about these two lovers that you're choosing from, because and your divine purpose has a lot to do with healing, Scorpio. Your divine purpose has a lot to do with your emotions and with love, okay? So what you need to think about is where you're going. Are you going, I feel that you guys have to choose between something new and something old. You guys might even have someone new coming into your life and someone who you already have a relationship with. But we do have these two paths coming up, and we have the Judgment. So Judgment is all about a second chance. Judgment is all about the renewal of something that you thought was dead, but it's awakening. So I see you here at this crossroads, Scorpio, juggling. You need to think about what you're juggling. So this is exhausting you. That's why the divine purpose lady is really kneeling, because she's exhausted and she just wants to walk her path, but there's so much to consider. So you guys might have to choose between an old job and a new job, old money, new money, an old person, an old house that you've been living in that has family, you know, but then a new house that is better and more healthy for you to live in. I'm not sure, but there is a crossroads, and you're gonna be moving. You're going to be moving, there's going to be action in your future. So some of you had a crossroads, think about in the past. Some of you are being awakened to a new route to take. So this is about your divine purpose. So are you going to choose the road that has to do with your divine purpose and your value? Or are you going to choose the road that takes you back to the past? And neither is bad, Scorpio, but each road is different. Some of you may choose to turn around and walk the other direction. But you guys have been juggling the future and the past for a very long time, and all the while feeling very trapped in the moment. You can only stay here for so long, Scorpio. So I know that you've been trying to juggle and stay happy even though things are just not where you want them to be right now. But you're going to be awakened. So you need to think about this awakening. You're being awakened emotionally, and you're being called to your divine purpose. This is you being awakened and called to your divine purpose. And it may have something, your divine purpose may have something to do with your past now. It may have something to do with the road behind you. It may have something to do with the people, places, and things, jobs, and money from your past, you know. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting that this is coming up under divine purpose. So, and then we have the Ace of Cups and the Fool card with the Nine of Swords. So some of you guys are losing sleep over the lack of a new beginning and the lack of a new love. Like some of you guys are really up at night. Could be a fire sign. I am seeing the Virgo. Is that the Virgo card? I think the Virgo card is trying to stick out for you guys. No, it's the Strength card. So some of you could be dealing with a Leo, Aries, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Some of you are up at night with your thoughts. You guys want to start something new with someone new, but you need to think about it. You need to think about your past before you start something new. Okay, but there might be a new love with an Aries coming in for some of you. I do see Aries a lot for you guys because the Fool card is an Aries card. So this is a new love from an Aries or just a new beginning, because the Fool card is also about a new beginning. So there could be new love coming in for you guys in June. There could be new love coming in May, and you guys just, it might come to you in a moment where you've been really unhappy, having anxiety in your head. I do see a lot of mental anxiety for you guys, but make sure that you're still open for love and for beauty, okay? So let's see why Scorpio is trapped in their present moment. What is going on with Scorpio? And can you please tell me more about this trapped card? What is going on with Scorpio and why do they feel trapped? Why does Scorpio feel trapped? Give me a card to best explain this trapped energy. Tell me more about this, please, for Scorpio for mid-May going into June 2018. Why does Scorpio feel trapped? Okay. Well, we have the underlying energy as strength. So some of you feel trapped with a Leo. Some of you feel trapped and weak and like you can't gain the strength to leave this situation. But the card that came out for you is the Five of Wands. So some of you guys are trapped in a relationship, or you're just trapped in a job. There's people around you that disagree with you, though. This is the card for disagreement. Everyone around you believes in something different. Maybe nobody's hitting each other right now, but there's only a certain amount of time that this energy can carry on before somebody loses their shit and someone gets hurt. What I like to do is imagine a beehive right here. Everything's fine, you know, but imagine a beehive right here. Would it be okay for them to wave those wands around like that? Because everybody's waving their wand around in a different place. So everybody around you wants to manifest something different. And you can feel that, Scorpio. Maybe these are all different parts of you. Maybe these are all the different things that you want to manifest in May and in June. You're just not agreeing with yourself. That's a pretty accurate way to explain why someone will feel trapped. Feeling trapped with a Leo, feeling trapped with your strength, feeling trapped with an Aries or a Leo. We've got Aries and Leo, Emperor and strength. But this is also, if you're not dealing with an Aries or a Leo, this is talking about picking yourself up, Scorpio, and taking back authority, taking your strength back, taking your authority back. I know there's been this person here that's been helping you when you're down and out, but this person ain't down and out, okay? It's like that wolf gets the fuck up and turns into that badass motherfucker. Okay, these cards look very similar to me, except here you're down and out on your strength. You're not feeling really empowered or strengthened, but this is you when you take your power back. Now, I don't know if this is you dealing with an Aries or a Leo. Some of you might feel trapped with a Leo. Some of you might feel trapped with an Aries. But the main message here is you taking your authority back. Okay, the Emperor, he ain't going to play these little ass games. His wand is way more powerful than those other wands. And he's got this beast here that he can sick on anybody. So this is about you remaining strong. Even in situations like this, even when you feel down and out, this is arguing, disagreeing, people, conflict. So you're feeling trapped in conflict, Scorpio. You're feeling trapped in with people around you that just don't see eye to eye with you. But you can also see the beauty in this, okay? You are a beautiful individual, Scorpio, and your future looks very, very bright. So let's move on to the Chariot of Fire. Let's get a card for the Chariot of Fire that symbolizes action for Scorpio. So let's get a card for their future. What is it that we can tell Scorpio about the action in their future, about the roads becoming clear? We have the Three of Swords with the Fool card. So it's like you need to see a new beginning in a different way. This is about you changing your perspective up towards a new beginning that either is or isn't happening. Again, this is an Aries card for some of you, but this is about taking a risk as well. Even though your heart's broke, even though you could potentially get your heart broke, Scorpio, you need to take a risk and jump into something new. So I think you guys are going to be moving away from heartbreak in your future. Some of you may get your heart broken in the future. There could be some kind of third-party situation that you figure out. Maybe the truth comes out about somebody that you're with having someone on the side, or maybe you decide to come out and be honest about you having somebody on the side. But either way, this is betrayal and heartbreak. But to me, this is about communicating from your heart. Please keep in mind that Venus is in Cancer. Venus will be moving into Leo in June. So it makes sense that your heart is going to be put on fire. Even a broken heart can be inspired. Even a broken heart can still beat, you know. Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? Oh, what's love got to do? I say got to do with it. Now that is Tina Turner. She's a Sagittarius. Some of you might be dealing with a Sagittarius. Maybe some of you broke a Sagittarius' heart. I'm not sure. I'm hearing a lot of different things for you, Scorpio. But this is about you finally communicating from your heart, even though it's broken. So let me just see here if there's anything else I can channel. Your underlying energy is the Fool. So come the end of May, going into June, there's definitely some kind of new beginning on the horizon. Some kind of risk that you need to take, even though maybe you guys are going to take a risk, even though your heart is broken or might become broken. Because Scorpio, you guys are so damn careful with your feelings, like because you're stable. So you don't like to give someone the chance to hurt you because of what you turn into when you're hurt. You know, Scorpio can get very revengeful. Some of you guys might be dealing with revenge or dealing with spiteful energies like that. But fuck all that, Scorpio. You have a beautiful divine purpose that you need to surrender and bow to. The beauty in your life, even if you feel trapped, even if your heart is broken, that you need to understand that there's still beauty around you. You know, this divine purpose card, beautiful rainbow behind that. Okay, it's about your happiness, you know, you doing what it takes to accept what does and doesn't make you happy. Thinking about where you're going from here. You know, some of you are feeling like there's only two routes to go, but you're going to say fuck it and actually ascend. Like, fuck a path. There's a magical stairway over there that I'm going to choose to go. And, you know, don't care too much about what people think about you, because you need to think about it. You know, these are two cards talking about deep contemplation, and it's because you're juggling finances, you're juggling two jobs, you're living two lives or something, Scorpio, and you've reached a crossroads. And there is this R right here on that rock. So for some of you, this is going to have to do with moving backwards. Definitely moving backwards. Some of you are going to decide not to move backwards, but we have this Judgment card talking about moving backwards, a second chance. So there could be a second chance that you're offered with a job, a second chance that you have with a relationship, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There's just something, Scorpio, and you're going to decide some kind of path, but you just need to think about it first. Make sure you choose the path that can best get you to your awakening process, to your divine purpose, because your divine purpose has a lot to do with awakening and with healing. You know, you might have a second opportunity to do something that has to do with your divine purpose. This might take you far away. This might cause you to move, or to maybe someone isn't a part of your divine purpose anymore. Maybe you've learned all that you can learn from this person, place, or thing, this job situation. You know, because your current moment is all about conflict. No one can learn from this. Nobody can learn from this. You know, things might look good on the surface, Scorpio, but underneath it all, you're not happy. You're not things just aren't going the way that you want them to go. And I know there's a hidden beauty here in the foundation that you have, but also you're being suspended in the air and trapped, because I just see these two cards as well. It's like, you know, both of these things have to hang from the ceiling, and it's like, why are you just hanging around? And it's interesting that I say that, because we got you just hanging around here. So you need to tell the truth about you feeling like you're just hanging around. Some of you guys really do just want to jump and leap. You know, this person is reached the edge of her foundation, and she's gonna jump no matter what. She's gonna jump no matter if she falls or flies. All right, because a bird that's afraid to jump is a bird that's in a cage. You know, what if you were a bird that just was too afraid to fly? Well, then you might as well be sitting in a cage. You know what I mean? I think you guys are dealing with conflict as far as you know, I feel like some of you just need to hit the restart button, because I just had a message come up on my computer that was like, would you like to restart now? And I said restart later. So I don't know if that has something to do with you guys, but if I was in this kind of situation, feeling trapped, I would hit the restart button too. Sometimes hitting the restart button is just starting from the motherfucking beginning. And sometimes when you start over from the beginning, it does seem a little bit like you're starting over and going back to the past. But, you know, if you guys do decide to turn around because of the retrograde, just know that that's better than staying where you are. Sometimes moving backwards is better than standing still. Does that make sense? Because your present moment, although there's beauty there, it's conflicting you mentally. And there's been a fire that's lit under your ass. So in the future, it's going to be time to go. And you might break a heart. Your heart might get broken. You might have to betray somebody. But just make sure you're speaking your truth. And that you follow your heart, Scorpio. Follow your heart. Because there's nobody in control of you now. And, you know, you're just ready to really, really take action on a situation. And it may have to do with this broken heart, but you're done hanging around. You know, you're no longer the kettle hanging. You're no longer this bird cage hanging. You're ready to jump and leap. Because the Hanged Man is a Pisces card as well. So you got Pisces and Aries here, which is the first sign and the last sign. So there's a cycle here that's being mentioned. You know, where are you going to start from, Scorpio? Or where are you going to stand still? It depends on you, but it is all about your own truth. And we have the Fool card at the end of the reading. So I feel like this all has to do with some kind of new beginning, some kind of risk that you need to take. Maybe you weren't ready to take the risk before, so you had to think about it a little bit more. But it was hard to think when there was so much fighting going on and such a heartbroken energy. So until you see the beauty in this situation, and until you meditate and find out about your divine, something that has to do with your divine purpose, then, you know, you're going to be stuck in this energy. You are. But I feel like the end of June, you know, whether it breaks your heart or not, you're going to be willing to change some things up. Okay? So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. It was pretty intense, pretty unique. Hopefully it was relatable and helpful to you guys. And if you have any questions, please comment below, or you can reach out to me privately through email or Facebook, Instagram, anything that works best for you. I would love to talk to you guys more on a private level about anything, about the reading, just anything. If you're a new subscriber, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support and for watching my videos. It means the world to me. This is such a passion of mine. And other than that, you guys, I just hope that you have a really great end of May. You know, you survived Taurus season, which is the opposite season of you. At least the sun is no longer opposite of you, right? That's easier. But now we go through Gemini season, and please buckle the fuck up for Cancer season, because there's going to be a lot going on in Cancer season for us water signs. So make sure that you're ready for that. And other than that, I really hope to be back here talking to you in July, because there's just so much going on. It's like the worst time ever for me to take a break from this and to not be able to read tarot. So I really hope that I see you guys all in July. Until then, have a beautiful June. Hopefully May wraps up nicely for you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!